In today's video, we're going to take a ride to the Tamron headquarters here in Comac, New York. I don't know why, but for some reason I'm lucky enough to live close to Tamron and Nikon, which is in Melville, and they're both about 10-15 minutes away from my house. So when we were up in Ricketts Glen State Park, I was having a problem with my 70-200 Tamron lens, and the problem was no matter what I did with the camera settings, every image was totally overexposed. Now, my friend Rich that was with me had the exact same lens, and he also shoots with a Nikon D750. So I was able to put my lens on his camera and his lens on my camera to see if the issue was camera related, and it wasn't. It was just the lens. It did the same thing on his camera. And when I used his lens on my camera, everything was fine. So this is where having a USA bought lens really comes in handy. Now, one of my first videos that we did, and I'm going to put it a card for it here, I had a Nikon gray market lens that they would not service for me. It was a 28-70. I loved the lens, but the autofocus went out, and I tried to get it repaired, and they told me they wouldn't take care of it. Now, this lens that I'm talking about today, the Tamron 70-200, I've had this lens for 5 years and 8 months, and it has a 6-year warranty on it. So according to Tamron, I should be able to have this taken care of. So we're going to take a ride over there. I'm going to go in and talk to them, and then we'll see what they say. And hopefully, you know, they'll take care of the problem. And this might be a reason when you're looking at prices online, gray market, as opposed to a USA warranty, this is where something like that would come in really handy. And, you know, if this wasn't a USA lens bought from a USA authorized Tamron dealer, I would be out of luck, and I'd have to have the lens repaired by a third party and have to pay for it. So let's see what happens today, and hopefully Tamron takes care of it. Okay, so I'm here, and I'm going to go inside. I have my 70-200 here, and this lens has been a workhorse for me, and I've really used it a lot. It's gotten knocked around over the years a little bit, and, you know, never like a full-on drop, but, you know, it gets banged around when you have a lens for 6, 7, 8, 9 years, you know, and this one's going on almost 6 years old. Another thing I should say, I bought this at Adorama in New York City, and I have the receipt, so always keep your receipts. And one of the things that I like to do is when I take my lenses or whatever I'm buying, camera bodies, anything, I put the receipt from where I bought it into the box, and I have an area of my house where I store all my camera gear boxes. This way, if I ever have to find a receipt, I know exactly where it is. It's in the box for that item. And it's just been an easy way for me to always keep track of where I bought things, and, you know, makes it easy to find warranty and date of purchase and all this other stuff. So try to have a system where your receipts are kept, you know, safe, and you can always access them. Even now, I haven't thought about this receipt since the day I bought it, and so it's 5 3/4 years later, and you know, I needed it, so I'm glad I was able to find it quickly. So I'm gonna go inside and see what they say, and hopefully I get some good news. So it turns out there's a little metal pin that controls the aperture blade, and what was happening, it was actually hanging up, it was stuck. So no matter what my camera settings were, the actual physical aperture blades couldn't move because the pin was getting hung up. I'm going to spin the camera around here and show you exactly what was wrong with it. So if you could see this little piece right here, this is what was hanging up. Now, she said it was damaged, like I had hit it on something, and it's possible. I mean, this thing gets banged around a little bit. So what was happening is this was getting stuck. It wouldn't move over. So now it moves freely. See how it snaps back? So what was actually happening in the lens is the, I don't know if you could see it, but the aperture blades were getting stuck. So it might be worth it to spend a little extra money and get the USA warranty lens. Sometimes you see them cheaper, the exact same lens, and you'll say why, and it'll say gray market, or it'll say no USA warranty. But I've learned through experience that it's definitely worth it to get gear from a reputable dealer and somebody who gives you a USA warranty if that's the country you're buying it from, or whatever country you live in, and you make sure you get the warranty for that so that it's backed up by the manufacturer. And Tamron has a great warranty, 6 years, so that's awesome. I didn't have to pay for this repair, and it might be worth it. So if you're nervous about third-party lenses, maybe you don't have to be, and it might be worth it to save a little money over the Nikon or Canon or Sony brand, and you have the added security of the warranty. And this lens has been phenomenal. It's one of my favorite lenses, and never had an issue with it, and it's been like a go-to home run lens. And she said it was actually my fault that little pin was hanging up. I must have banged it or done something with it when the cap was off. So, and they still fixed it for me. So just my thoughts on that. All right, see you in the next video.